Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing today? If this is your first time here, my name is Shelimar Williams. On this channel, I do product review, tutorial, some vlogs, and wear tests. If these are videos that you are really interested in, make sure you subscribe, share these videos. Without further ado, let's get right into this video. In today's video, I'll be showing you my updated eyebrow tutorial. One of my subscribers, a long-time subscriber who has been with me for a very long time, has reached out to me and asked me to create a video showing how I do my eyebrows. So this is that video. If this is something that you're interested in or just want to see what my techniques are, then stay tuned and keep watching. I'm going with my spoolie and I'm just going to comb my eyebrows in the directions that I want them to go, or the direction which they grow naturally. And you just want to make sure you have them going again in the right direction. And normally you could get this spoolie with a makeup brush set, or you could buy this at the beauty supply store. I'm gonna go in with some loose powder just to make sure my eyebrows do not get shiny throughout the day. And then I'm gonna go back in with the spoolie and make sure my hair are in the same direction that I want them to be at. Now I'm gonna go in with a lip pencil. You can buy eyebrow pencil, but I think the lip pencil works best for me. And this is NYX lip pencil. You can get this at the local beauty supply store. And I'm gonna use this to carve out my brows. Now, this is the way that you want to make sure that you're measuring them. You want to measure it right at the bridge of your nose. You do not want to pass that bridge. So right at the bridge of your nose, you want to make sure you start exactly there. At the end of your brows, you want to make sure it's aligned along with your eyes. You should not pass that alignment right there. Make sure both the end stop there. Then you want to go with the pencil and start drawing your bottom line. And you want to do both just to make sure they're right in line with each other. Now these eyebrows are not going to be the exact same thing. They're actually cousins. So they should look similar but not the exact same. If you get them the exact same, then you're pretty good. Now you do the same thing on the next side, draw the bottom line. And again, I'm stopping right in line with where my eyes end. Then I'm gonna do the same thing at the top, but I'm only doing the end of my brows and not the beginning of my brows. So exactly like that. I do not want that starky look at the front of my brows. But if that's something that you guys like, then that's perfectly fine. And what I'm doing now, I'm filling in my brows using that same pencil to fill it in. I'm gonna fill it all the way close to the tip of my brows or the beginning of my brow, but not all the way. Because I'm trying to get that gradient effect and not a starky look at the front of my brows, because our eyebrows naturally don't grow that starky at the front, right? So I'm just going to fill it in and I'm going to stop exactly there. And I'm just trying to get my desired shape. I have a specific shape that I love to get, so I'm going to keep doing that until I get that desired shape. And I'm going to stop on that brows for right now. Of course, I'll go back to it. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm just going to fill it in with the same pencil. I'm not going all the way to the beginning of my brows because I want it to look really natural-ish. because you can really know that I fill it in, but I don't want it to look really bold and starky. And you'll see at the end what I'm trying to achieve. So something like that. Now I'm going to go back in with that same spoolie, and now you're going to see what I'm talking about, the blending. I'm going to use a color to come where my exact brows begin, but not having it stark like a gradient effect. Now that pencil line on the bottom should disappear if you blend it correctly. So if you see, I'm looking up and I'm blending it. You can see it disappear, and then I'm getting my gradient effect. Do you have it? Looking gradient, right? So that's the first stage. Now you're gonna go in with your LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I'm gonna clean up my brows. You can use any concealer that you have. I just prefer to use this one. And a flat brush. So you'll need your concealer and a flat brush, and you're just gonna use this to clean up the brows. You want it to really look defined, but not too defined. So I'm just distributing the concealer on my brows. And again, the best thing with this concealer, let it dry down a little bit so you can have a better usage of the product, or it's more controllable when it's dried down better than you just going in when it's actually wet. Now I'm going to use that flat brush, and I'm going to define my brows. So what I'm doing is getting the product on the brush, so I'll have it to carve out my brows. And I'm going to start at the tip. I'm going to always start at the tip to carve the ends. If I can get my ends the way that I want it, then I can always work myself to the front. So you want to start at the tip and then work your way to the front, or the beginning of your brows. Then again at the top, I am going to start at the tip again. Remember, I'm trying to get that defined end, and then I'll work my way back up to the beginning of my brows. And I'm not adding any additional products. I'm just using what's left on the brow pen on the brush to basically even that out and clean that up. So blend this all out completely. You should not see where the concealer starts nor where it ends. Blend it out completely so it looks really natural and nice. And that's what you're trying to achieve. Now you're going to do the very same thing with the other side. In the event you get on that side and the concealer is already dry, all you have to do is add some additional concealer on top of what's there, and then you're able to work it in. So again, you want to work with the tip, and then you can work your way to the beginning of your brows. And if you feel like you have too many product on the brush, just clean it off by going back and forth on the lid, and you'll be fine. And the same thing again on the top. You always want to work with your tip, and then you work with the beginning of your brows. I find that it is much easier that way. Some people maybe start from the top and then work the bottom. I just think it's best that way, especially if you're a beginner. Start at the tip, get your tip together, and then you can always work on the beginning of the brows. And just make sure you're blending this out completely. Blend it out. You're just trying to define your brows and not arch them out. You're just trying to define them. And that's what they should look like when you're finished. Again, I'm just showing you where your brows should stop. on each side. Now I'm gonna go in with some setting powder, and I'm just gonna set the concealer because I do not want it to crease, because I'm gonna go in with some eyeshadow after this. So I'm just setting it with some setting powder, the same setting powder I used at the beginning before I started my brows. That's basically it. So that's what you want it to look like. That's it, guys. Yep. Now, was that hard? No, it wasn't. Hopefully this video was very informative and there were some tricks and tips that you see that I do that you can add to your routine and able to create your brows to the way that you really want them to look. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. I'll leave all the products that I use below in this video. They're basically drugstore product, nothing high-end, so nothing to break the bank. You guys know I try to keep everything budget friendly, nothing to break the bank. So subscribe, share this video, like this video, and I'll see you all on my very next video. Bye guys.